Now, in 2022, if you are actually looking for a vlogging camera, Sony actually has a new answer for you. Okay, so here is the Sony ZV-1F. Okay, alright, so there are some key points to this camera that actually makes it a very good vlogging camera. In 2022, you should be purchasing it right now. So first thing, you should know that this camera here is actually using an ultra wide angle 20mm prime lens over here, so it's very perfect for those who want to take group selfies, doing vlogging. Yeah, it's going to be helping you a lot. And also you don't need to be like stretching your hand so far just to get into the frame shot with this ZV-1F. Okay, and it's really good. And the sensor over here is actually using the 1-inch type Exmo RS CMOS sensor, which outputs 20.1 megapixel. All right, yeah, that's amazing. And this lens here has a maximum aperture of f2.0. Now the 1F also carry forward all the Sony camera features you wanted onto it. Image stabilization, only active mode, wire electronic image stabilization, and it has a face priority auto exposure, eye autofocus as well. Okay, you get good crystal clear sound quality here thanks to a directional 3 capsule and a mic windshield here as well. Yes, and then for those who want to have a little bit of cinematic look, there's bokeh switch over here. Yep, and for those who love to do unboxing, product reviews, yes, there is a product showcase setting button over here, which just at a one click button, it will automatically focus your subject when it's being centered in the lens. Okay, and then it has a soft skin effect, so for those who want to want to look a little bit much pretty in their vlog or photos, there's soft skin effect for you to help you to look better. And then there's vari angle LCD. All right, so you can actually open it up and you can flip the screen. That's cool. And then it has easy live streaming as well. Yep, so this camera here, you can actually use it for like as a webcam, or maybe you want to do via a live streaming. Yeah, everything is very easy to set up over here. Okay, and last but not least, this time it supports the GP VPT 2BT hand grip by Sony. Okay, yeah, so making it easier for vlogging. Now what I've mentioned just now, all the features are actually quite old news because it's already available on other Sony cameras. So what Sony actually brings to this ZV-1F is numerous new features. First thing is definitely the touchscreen operation over here. So as you can see right now, the LCD screen, it has a recording button. You can zoom, you can go to gallery, you can do a lot of numerous things, and you can actually turn off the touchscreen operation as well. Just at a tap of button, it's easy. The next new feature on the ZV-1F is actually called short mode, whereby you can actually just edit the video clips you have captured into 15, 30 or 60 seconds via the Imaging Age Mobile Plus app. Unfortunately, because I getting the camera way ahead of the global launch, so I am unable to test it out on the app, and because the app is not officially launched yet, so we have to skip on that part. All right, so take note on that. Coming new to the ZV-1F is also creative look. So if you are someone that is I would say you don't really like to do like post-production, or maybe edit the videos later on after you capture the video, especially the colors itself. Okay, you can actually go to creative look here and fine-tune the colors you want, so you don't need to waste too much time on the video editor to like fix the color you wanted. All you need to do is just like capture the video with the creative look color output. Yeah, and you're actually practically done, and you can just upload to your social media or YouTube channel. If you're someone who loves to do a lot of video editing, color correction on the videos itself, okay, this Sony ZV-1F is definitely something you can consider to get it as well, because it has a picture profile for you to choose from, so you can shoot in S-Log2, S-Log3, H-Log as well, Cine, and so much more. Okay, so you can just go to the picture profile and yeah, adjust it to your liking. Now, if you're someone that shoots vlog alone with your tripod, and you always have the hassle like placing the camera at one spot, click the shutter button, and then you need to quickly run back to your shooting spot. Now you don't need to run anymore, because the video mode now supports self timer as well. So you can actually select like 3 second, 5 second, 10 second, and then you don't need to be like so hassle running here and there to be getting the perfect spot shot for your vlog videos. Last but not least, the new feature for this ZV-1F is the 5 times slow motion and 60 times hyperlapse. And these features you can actually access via the S&Q function. Okay, so you need to go to S&Q, all right, and then you can capture all the slow-mo and hyperlapse video amazingly with this ZV-1F. But do take note that in this mode, you will be shooting everything in full HD only. Okay, we are done with the features and so on this camera. Now let's talk about the video quality over here. Okay, so start off, this ZV-1F actually can capture up to 4K 30 frames per second, as you can see over here. Okay, all right, let me just go down and show you guys. Look at that, 30 frames per second. Okay, if you want to shoot 60 frames per second, you need to go down towards full HD in order to capture 60 frames per second video. As for the video and audio quality on this ZV-1F, I can tell you is really solid over here. Okay, so let's start off with the video quality. Definitely, if you are shooting everything in auto, yeah, the video quality looks superb, like a mirrorless camera for sure, and it has that Sony feel look onto it, and it is impressive. You don't even know that it's actually shooting something that is much more cheaper as well. Okay, and I think that's a plus point for the vloggers, right, to be able to capture a video similar to a Sony mirrorless camera. Plus point over here. And then not only that, the built-in mic on top of here, it is solid as well. It can capture your voice clearly, and then not only that, it has also a dead cat for you to eliminate the wind noise as well. So really perfect over here. But if you are actually capturing the videos in low light situation, I would definitely highly recommend you to bring some lighting equipment in order to enhance the video quality. So let's check out some 4K video samples right now. Hey there folks, so I'm actually currently going to test out the audio output here on this Sony ZV-1F. So basically now, without the dead cat, okay, you can hear the wind noise and so on. I'm just simulating it. Okay, now I'm going to attach the dead cat onto it. How is the sound of it? Is it good? Is it much more better? You don't listen to the wind noise anymore? Let me know in the comments, alright? Now, just because Sony is actually marketing this ZV-1F as a vlogging camera, it doesn't mean it cannot take any photos. To be honest, I'm surprised with the photo quality over here. It is really amazing, but there is actually some downside to the camera itself to shoot photos. First one is definitely the lack of a viewfinder over here. Okay, but if you can overlook on that, not a problem. You still can capture really nice photo. Now the second one is the lack of flash. Yes, there's no flash system over here, meaning that if you are wanting to capture low light condition photos, be aware a little bit. Okay, make sure to have a lighting device to assist you to capture the subject. Okay, now last but not least is definitely the lack of zoom capability over here. This camera only can zoom up to 4 times digital zoom. However, I only recommend you to zoom up to 1.5 to 2x zoom. Yes, if not, you just directly capture with the 1x photo shot, and then you just directly crop it in. Now the next thing we have to talk is the battery life on the ZV-1F. Okay, so the battery it is using is actually the NP-BX1. Okay, and Sony is actually claiming that there's 60 minutes of battery life on this ZV-1F. I'm like, really? That long? On a 1240 milliamp battery? That long? Okay, so did try out and do some photos shooting, mixed with some 4K video recording, and yes, it could last around that area there. Okay, if you are mixing around with photos and 4K video recording, yes, I think 60 minutes is actually capable of achieving on this battery. However, I feel that if you're a vlogger, you definitely need to buy a little bit more battery just in case. However, if you just start out doing vlogging and you do not have too many budget to purchase too many battery, okay, this ZV-1F actually supports USB Type-C over here, meaning that you can just use the USB Type-C cable and then just plug into a power bank in order to extend the battery life over here on this ZV-1F. We also need to talk about the menu system layout right now for this Sony ZV-1F. Okay, the new menu system layout is way much better compared to the previous years of Sony camera menu layout. All right, so right now it's very simple, very easy to overall glance what you need to change. All you just need to do, just like keep on scrolling down, go to the things you want to go and change. Yeah, pretty much very intuitive, easy to use, user friendly as well. I also need to talk a little bit on the downside of this vlogging camera here. Okay, the first one is definitely the lack of zoom. I have mentioned on the photo category that it can only do up to 4 times digital zoom, and for videos only 2x zoom. So if you're someone that is planning to use this camera to capture far distance subject, yeah, this is not the camera for you. Okay, and the next one is definitely the ISO level on this camera. Is a little bit different compared to the ZV-1. This one maxed out at 12,800 ISO. Okay, meanwhile the ZV-1, it can max out at 25,600. Okay, now there are also several downside as well. Okay, it is not actually using real-time eye autofocus as well. It's just a normal eye autofocus on this camera, but I think it's actually sufficient enough for the vlogger users over here. And yeah, one last thing, this camera, if you want to shoot photos, yes, it does able to shoot photos, but it cannot shoot in raw photos. Okay, so if you want to shoot raw format photos, this is not the camera for you. It is time to wrap things up on this Sony ZV-1F with my final verdict. Okay, so I try to ask around for the official pricing of this Sony ZV-1F in Malaysia. All I only get is a teaser price. Okay, it will be pricing below the 3,000 ringgit Malaysia mark. Okay, I do not know when it will be available to purchase as well. Okay, so I can only give you some teaser on its pricing right now. Overall, I definitely think that this Sony ZV-1F has a really solid package for those who love to create video content. Okay, and for vloggers, this is the perfect upgrade camera for you if you have been shooting on a smartphone all this while. Okay, and definitely you can also snap some amazing photos with this Sony ZV-1F. Yeah, and given its price point is really attractive as well, so definitely I say that if you are going to need to upgrade or perhaps get a new camera for vlogging or create video content, then I say look no further to the 2022 must-have vlogging camera you're looking at right now. Okay, the Sony ZV-1F. All right. Okay, guys. So that's all for me on this Sony ZV-1F, and special shout out thanks to Sony Malaysia for providing an early sample review unit way ahead of the global launch for me to test out this camera. Okay, however, there is no cash compensation for this review content, and there is no editorial input, no final approval is needed. Everything is only based on a week of experiencing this Sony ZV-1F. Yes, so hopefully you guys are aware of that. And I'm Yat Kean for Trend Ground. If you're still new to the YouTube channel, please go ahead, subscribe right now, like, share it out, drop some comments, and also follow us on social media as well. So if you have done that, and I need to bid you guys farewell right now, and I'll see you guys on the next one.